But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. You are chosen.
What's going on, everybody? It's Johnny T. We're coming to you live to a global audience. Hoops travelers travel the world with us. Be the script, privilege and an honor to have our special guest on today, Wes Tramell, the owner of the Chosen Ones. GR, man, welcome on.
What up, Johnny, man? I appreciate you having me. Appreciate you reaching out, man. I'm excited about this opportunity.
Man, thank you, man. You know, you're a very big influence for what you do for hoopers worldwide, for your city. You know, you highlight the players. So, you know, I commend you for that.
I appreciate it.
Before we get into the Chosen Ones, GR, you know, why don't you tell everybody, you know, who you are? Who is Wes Tramell?
Yeah. So, man, I was born in Dallas, Texas, moved around a little bit. You know, my dad, you know, had a job that, you know, relocated him a couple times. So lived a couple years in Texas, lived about 5-6 years in Ohio, but I lived mostly in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is on the west side of the state, second biggest city, you know, next to Detroit. So, yeah, man, west side of the state, grew up playing basketball, football, baseball, track, all that. But was a hooper at heart. You know, I was the third of four siblings, so or 4 kids, and looked up to my big brother the most. So, you know, that's where I, you know, found the love of basketball. Me and him just growing up playing 101 to 100, playing till the street lights come on. So yeah, he was just a big influence on me. So just wanted to, you know, follow in his footsteps and, you know, seeing the amazing things that he did. So I ended up following him to college, playing basketball at the Division II level at Grand Valley State University, which is in Michigan as well. Played point guard there. Yeah, man. So, you know, from the outside looking in, it looked like, you know, my basketball journey was a really fun one, which it was, you know, but it had a lot of ups and downs, man. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to start the Chosen Ones, to be able to mentor kids through that journey, to be able to help them find, you know, an outlet, a community to be able to talk about that journey. So I'm glad to kind of get into that more.
You're empowering students.
Yeah.
And, you know, growing up, I didn't have that. And I'm sure that a lot of, you know, hoopers that are a little older could have really benefited from it. You know, how did it all begin?
Yeah, man. So I'll start, from really day one. I was actually, you know, going to Chicago. I was driving to Chicago, right? My dad was driving. And I'm looking on my phone and I'm scrolling on, you know, Ball's Life, Overtime. And I'm just like, dang, this is crazy. Like, I love just looking at basketball videos, those quick highlights, those 1-minute joints. And I'm like, man, there's not really anything in Grand Rapids. You know, if I do see a kid from Grand Rapids on, you know, on Instagram, it's like a kid that's going to U of M or Michigan State, nationally ranked, right? But what about those kids that, you know, are, you know, D2 kids or even D3 kids that are overlooked, right? So no one's really doing this in Grand Rapids. So I texted my boy, I'm like, man, what if I bring something like that to the city of Grand Rapids? And he was like, yo, I think you're onto something. So I bought a camera, bro. It was just a little rinky-dink home video camera. I brought it from Best Buy for like a couple $100. And I downloaded just like a free video software website. And Man, so I tested it out on my nephew. Both my nephews, they played football. They were like third, fourth grade at the time. Filmed their games, and then I'll just cut it up. And I felt confident, man. So I just went out and did it, bro. Just started going to basketball games around the city, and just filming them and getting to know the kids too, and posting their highlights on social media. So really, the goal at that time was to get some kids notoriety. Get some kids some buzz, especially the kids that were, overlooked. Of course, going to the kids that, were very good too, to kind of get my name out there too, so they can, get noticed by, college coaches. I know a couple, players that use my video to send to college coaches that were able to, go to the next level and play. So that's kind of the beginning of it. And yeah, did that for about 3 or 4 years, bro. Going to almost every game in the city, which was a great time.
Helping people with their highlights.
Yeah.
Building stars, right?
For
You're
sure.
basically, putting these athletes on, so they could go further on to the next level.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So very cool. What are you most proud of? Of what you've done with your company.
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, it's just not giving up, there's plenty of times where, I'm putting in hours and hours and hours, and I'm just like, man, part of me just wants to go to work and then go home and spend time with my family. But my wife, she's the main one. Like, how much work, how many hours you put in. Just keep going. Like, I believe in you. A couple of my friends saying the same thing. Keep going. I believe in you. So I'm very proud of just continuing the process and keeping it going. Making pivots when I need to kind of keep that passion going, man. I think it's just a testament of the message that I'm trying to bring to, the kids that I work with. Is just to keep going.
We've seen the chosen ones kind of just start with some highlight films, and then the media has evolved a lot.
Yeah.
What experience can people expect from the chosen ones, the media and the company in 2023?
Man, so yeah, we definitely made a lot of changes recently, probably in the last 6-8 months. So I've kind of discontinued the basketball highlight piece, just because me as a person, my personality and my identity, I really love deeper relationships with kids, especially athletes. So we created the Chosen Academy, which is a byproduct of the Chosen Ones. It's a nonprofit organization that brings basketball skills training and mental health group counseling to inner city youth in the Grand Rapids area, which is super dope. So meeting with kids on a weekly basis to help them get better at their game, but also create a space, man, to for them to be able to just talk about the difficulties of being a teenager, the difficulties of being a student athlete, balancing school, balancing basketball, balancing their home life, significant others. Like when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure you could say the same thing. Like, I didn't have a place where I felt safe to be able to talk about that. I might have had like maybe 1 or 2 friends that I could really open up with, but when it came to basketball though, I felt like if I was going through something, I couldn't say anything because I was afraid. And maybe my coach would say, suck it up and just play. Or, a teammate would be like, stop being a you-know-what and just play. So I just kept that all in and bottled in. And that really messed with how I played, bro. So really that's the vision of the Chosen Academy, to build deeper bonds, deeper relationships. I love the video stuff that I did. I think it was necessary, but it felt really transactional. I'm going for something deeper, and hoping to change the lives of some kids, man.
You're using basketball as a base to not just empower, but actually mentor, to help in with their mental health. Getting these youth together, these young people together. What advice can you give them? What advice can you give players that are listening? What advice can you give coaches and even parents?
Yeah. So players, man, I would definitely start with, community, building a solid community around you of people that will make you feel, safe, to talk about things. Because we've seen it before. We've seen athletes that unfortunately have, committed suicide or came really close. And these are athletes that are in the league. They're making millions. So, if they're struggling with this, we can struggle with it as well, right? So, find a community. That's the biggest thing. For parents, man, the biggest thing, at least from my experience, I've only been a parent for 2 years, but I'm just thinking about, my experience. Just, give your kids, space to make mistakes. Coaches too, give your players space to make mistakes. The biggest thing that I struggled with was making a mistake on the court and then hearing the buzzer sound and someone checking me out. So it's like, dang, how's that gonna make me play when I come back out? I'm gonna be afraid to make a mistake, right? So I think it's huge. Find a community as a player. Also as a player too, bro. Anybody in general, having accountability. So being a basketball player, I was never like an individual sport type of guy. So having a solid group of guys around me with the same goals and working out together and holding each other accountable. I find that you are way more likely to continue to work out, to continue to grind, to go even harder when you have someone next to you or across from you. So having accountability brothers or sisters, bro, that's huge, bro. That's huge. And that's something that I'm taking with me even after my playing days. Yeah.
So, who are you when you're not, doing the basketball thing?
Man, yeah, just a complete family man, bro. I've been married for almost 5 years now. We'll celebrate 5 years in April 2023. And then got a daughter, Harmony, on Elise. She's 2 years old, just turned 2 back in September. Got another one on the way, man. So, that baby's due in April as well. So, bro, complete family, man. I just love being at home, spending time with my family. I have family close by. My mom and dad live here. My mother-in-law lives here. So outside of work, outside of the chosen ones, man, that's where I'm at mostly, bro. Also, spend a lot of time in church too. So I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I'll never be ashamed of that. That's another reason why I'm doing, what I'm doing with the chosen ones, man. I just feel like God has called me to really make an impact, on the youth, and I feel at home doing that. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing outside of work, bro.
What personal philosophies do you live by?
Man, bro, I'm starting to read like different people and kind of get in my expanding my horizons a little bit. Bro, Tim Grover, you know him? He trained Jordan, Kobe, D Wade. So he has this book called Relentless, bro. That book like really changed my life as far as like how I look at life, man. So what I really love about him is he has 3 things. So there's a cleaner, there's a closer, and then I forgot what the third one is. So basically the cleaner is just a dog, right? So think like Michael Jordan, the alpha male, the person that does not accept losing, the person that does not have any excuses, and just goes at it. The closer is someone that's good. He's just good, you don't expect anything else but good, right? I forgot what the third one is called, but that person is just quiet, right? Does his job, doesn't really speak up. So I'm trying to get my way to being a closer and just being relentless in everything that I do. man, that book really changed my life, bro. So every time I'm in a workout, or every time I don't feel like creating a new video, or doing some work for the chosen ones, or anything like that, think about it, man. Be a cleaner. So that's what I'm on right now, bro. That's Tim Grover. I really recommend that book. It's on Amazon for like $10, bro. So it's a very, very good read. He really gets you in the mind of Mike and Kobe, mostly, a little bit of D Wade, but like, can't go wrong, bro, with Mike and Kobe in their mindset and how they look at life. R.I.P. Kobe, by the way.
Definitely gonna check that out. So you mentioned working out, you mentioned reading.
Yeah.
How important are creating these habits?
It's non-negotiable, bro, honestly. And my wife understands that. And working out, I'm a mental health advocate, so if I don't work out, bro, I don't feel right. When I get out of a workout, those endorphins are high. I'm feeling good. It usually sets the tone for my day. So I kind of fell off. I think everybody blames COVID for falling off in different aspects of life. But so COVID came. I had my daughter like in the middle of COVID. So just trying to balance that. I kind of lost my way, bro, for a little bit. Definitely gained some weight and stuff like that. Recently hooked up with my friend that we kind of lost touch, but shout out to Jabbar. But we've been working out together for the last 5 months, bro, and I've really been feeling like the old me a little bit, man. So working out gives me that taste of like the West from 2008, 2009, 2010. Where I was at the peak of my game, so working out is definitely important. Reading, man, I'll never forget what one of my managers said to me early in my career at like one of my first jobs. He said, as a leader, if you're not learning and getting better, your team is not. I'm like, dang, bro, that's deep as heck. So ever since then, I kind of took that to heart, especially when I'm trying to lead the youth. I'm trying to lead, young athletes, my own child. Like, if I'm not reading, if I'm not, feeding my mind, getting better, the people that I'm leading aren't. So it sounds so simple to me. So that's why those two things are non-negotiable.
I just want to thank you, for coming on.
Yeah,
and letting the people know a little bit more about, Wes Tramell, who he is, the chosen ones, what can they expect in the future. I'm not gonna even say 2023. I'm gonna say and beyond. With the colossal things that you're doing. I just would like you, to tell us what one word best describes Wes Tramell.
One word. I would probably say, if you ask like anybody that knew me, it would probably be steady. I don't show a ton of emotion, so you can't really tell if I'm super angry, super sad. I always kind of bring that same energy, kind of like Kawhi Leonard a little bit, just steady. But I'm a little more silly than Kawhi, but yeah.
Man, Wes, just thank you. Thank you to everybody who views the Hoopers worldwide. Just let them know, man. How they could keep up with you.
Yeah, man. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at The Chosen Ones GR. You can find me on Facebook, The Chosen Ones GR as well. Visit us at thechosenonesgr.com to learn more about what we do, especially with the Chosen Academy. If you want to support, we would love that too. You can also email me at thechosenonesgr@gmail.com if you want to talk some more.
All right, Wes, thank you.
Yeah, man. So, the Chosen Academy, a little deeper into it. Really, my vision for it. We actually started it back this summer. So, we worked with a JV girls basketball team, around 6 or 7 of them. through the summer, and then this year we worked with, or sorry, this fall we worked with 8 boys from a mixture of high schools in the area. So really our vision for it, we want like a smaller group, because when I think about mental health, when I think about just like anxiety and all that stuff, I don't want 50 kids in the same gym, 50 kids in the same conversation. I'm the type of person that likes, like, less is more for me, because when you have a smaller group, you get to know individuals a little more. It's more intentional, right? It's more quality instead of quantity. So I'm a quality type of person. So in the program, right now we meet for 6 weeks. So this past fall, it was 1 Saturday per week. We met for about 2 hours. 1 hour is basketball stuff. So we get it in on the court. We hit it hard, hit it fast. Ball handling, shooting. We do a lot of competitive stuff too. One-on-one, king of the court, just to kind of get them reps, right? And then afterwards, we'll sit down, have some Gatorade, snacks, whatever, and just talk about different topics in mental health, different things that teens go through, which is a lot of peer pressure stuff. We talk about vulnerability. We talk about just asking for help when you need it, asking for just anything, bro. So we also talk about just mental health 101. So that's usually the first session, because we want to talk about the stigma. We want to talk about the just like different facts and myths about different things in mental health. So during the season, it's going to look a little different. Kids won't have as much time, so we want to go through programs, so like coaches. So we have different relationships with coaches in the area. So we're going to work with, I think, 3 teams this year, and meet with them for about 1 hour a week to do different team building exercises, and talk with them about the topics that I mentioned, to kind of get them away from the court and build those relationships with each other, build that vulnerability. Because like if you trust your teammate over here off the court, you're probably gonna trust them on the court too. Or if you say, hey, Jeff is going through something, man, let's pick him up. You hope that's the case. So we want to build safe spaces for these teams, man. So shout out to my team. I want to say shout out to my sister, who has her MSW, Master of Social Work, from Michigan State University. So she really heads those conversations. Shout out to Chris Warner. He has his MSW as well from Grand Valley State University. We actually hooped against each other. He went to Northern Michigan for his undergrad, so I've been knowing him since like 2009 or something like that. And then shout out to my boy Josh, who's my teammate at Grand Valley, who he's just been a brother for a long time, who helps out too. So without them, man, there would be no TCA.
Man, very cool, man. Congratulations, for what you're doing for these athletes on and off the court.
Appreciate
it. And for what you're building.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're just getting started, man, and I just feel like God has something special. So we just want Him to use us, man, to be a vessel and help change some lives.